Hello friends, welcome to the world of commerce. Today in statistics we are going to learn the second chapter presentation of data, in which one of the topic that we are going to discuss, and that is classification of data. Now friends, the first question arises, what is the classification? So classification is a systematic division or categorization of collective data in a group or a type. I repeat, classification is the systematic division or categorization of collective data in a group or a type. The second word data, what is data? Nothing but a informative, the collective information, right? Now, the classification of data can be divided in two parts, qualitative data and quantitative data. So what is qualitative data? So we have an example, a table is there in which the first column shows us the occupation and the second column shows us the number of families. Now friend, you can see there is no numbers in the first column. There is no numbers in first column. So when the data is in non-numeric form, that data is called the qualitative data. Right. Now in the second table you can see the numbers are there in both the columns. So if the data is in numeric form, it is called the quantitative data. I repeat, if the data is in non-numeric form, it is qualitative data, and if the data is in a numeric form, it is quantitative data. So friends, in this video we are going to learn about the quantitative data only. So now the quantitative data is subdivided into two parts, that is discrete frequency distribution and continuous frequency distribution. The continuous frequency distribution will further subdivided into exclusive and inclusive. So what all are these? Let's understand all these with simple examples. Okay, so we have an example here. I wrote the example on the right side of the board so you can understand it easily. The question is, information regarding number of accidents per day on a particular road of a city is as under. So we have given the number of accidents in different days. If you count it, it will be 20 days, right? Now let's present this data into a tabular form. So students, you can see the lowest value here is 0 and the highest value is 4. Now the difference between highest and lowest is called the range. So we have a formula, range is equal to XH minus XL. Here H stands for highest observation and L stands for lowest observation. So the highest observation is 4 and the lowest observation is 0. The difference is 4. We can see the range is not so much high. So let's denote this observation into this table. So we have the lowest observation, that is 0, then 1, 2, 3 and 4. So how many accidents are there? We will cancelize all the observation one by one and present that accidents into this tally marks table. What is tally mark? A vertical straight line is called the tally mark, right? So let's start. The first observation is 0. So we put a tally mark in front of 0. The second is 1, then 2. So 1 against the 1 and 1 against the 2. Then 1, 3, 4. So 1 and 3 and 4. I put the tally marks exactly against the digits 2, 0, 1. So 2, 0 and 1. Next 2, 1, 0. So 2, 1, 0. Then 2, 2, 2. Now friends, we have 4 tally marks are there. If the 5th tally mark comes, we across the line for our easy calculation. So I put 1 at last and 1 for the cross. Then 3, 4, 1. So 3, 4, 1. Sorry, 1. At last 0, 3 and 2. So 0, 3 and 2. Now count all the tally marks. In first row we have 1, 1, 1, 1, that is 4. Here is a group of 5. Here is a group of 5 and 1, that is 6, 3 and 2. Now let's total it. 4, 5, 9, 6, 15, 18 and 20. So we had presented the data which is given to us in a tabular form. This table is called the discrete frequency distribution. We can see the lowest value here, the highest value here, and all the values that comes between lowest and highest. I repeat, we have the lowest value here, the highest value here, and all the values that comes between 0 and 4. If we such denotes or presented the data like this, it is called the discrete frequency distribution. Now friend, let's come to the next frequency, that is continuous frequency distribution. Okay friends, so we have another question. Let's read it. Figure regarding the sales of different items in a supermall during 4 weeks as follows. So we have given the information. Construct a frequency distribution, but still not mentioned which type of frequency distribution, a discrete or a continuous. Let's read it. By classifying this data into 8 classes. One more word that given to us, that is classifying. That means we need to create, or we had to make the class for present this data into 8 classes. Okay friends, we can see the smallest value in this data is 80 and the highest value is 265. Now what is the range? So we have the formula, range is equal to xh minus xl. X stands for highest value, that is 265, minus L stands for the lowest value, and that is 80. Now the difference between them is 185. In previous example, the range is 4, thus we presented all the numbers into tables. But right now the range is so much high that we cannot present all the numbers into the table. If it starts with 80 and ends with 265 and will write all the numbers that comes between 80 and 265, that is not possible. So we need to create the classes. So let's start. So class length. So we have the formula. The class length is equal to range upon number of class. So the range is 185 and total classes are, that is given in the question, 8 classes are there. So 8, when we divide 185 with 8, we will get 223.125. This is the class length. So we can take 23 as a class length, or the value that lower than 23, or the values that upper than the 23. But there is one more concept that we have to understand, that C into K is always greater than or equal to R. What is C? C is the class length. What is K? K stands for number of classes. What is R? That is range. Okay. C stands for class length, K stands for number of classes, and R stands for range. If we take 25 as our class length, so 25 multiplied by K, that is 8, must be greater than R. So 25 into 8, that will be 200, and 200 is greater than R 185. Okay, so if we take 23, the product of class length and number of classes is less than range. So for our convenience and as per the formula, we take the class length as 25. Now, what should be our first class? Our first class includes the lowest value. And which is the lowest value? That is 80. So, I take the first class as 75 to 100. Students, you can see the difference between these two numbers is 25. That is our class length that we have taken, right? And the lowest value that comes between 75 and 100. Now, let's continue. The next will be 100 to 125 and so on. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 8 classes are there. The first class contains the lowest value and the last class must contain the highest value. So our highest value is 265, that comes between 250 and 300. Now friends, the left value is called the lower limit and the right value is called the upper limit. This is the lower limit and this is the upper limit. One more thing that you have seen is that upper limit of the first class and lower limit of the second class are same. Okay. In another example, upper limit of the second class and the lower limit of the third class are same. If the upper limit of a class and lower limit of the succeeding class are same, it is called exclusive frequency distribution. So in the start of the video, I told you that continuous frequency distribution has two parts, inclusive and exclusive. So this is the example of exclusive frequency distribution. Now, what do you mean by exclude, which is not include? So in the first class, 75 will be calculated in the first class, but not the 100. I repeat, in the first class 75 and all the number that comes after 75 will be included in this class but not the 100. The 100 will be included in the second class. Okay, so let's start with the tally marks. We will again cancelize all the numbers and put in a tally marks. So 228, that comes between the last and 220, that is in the second last. Now see the 200. Now see those 200. 200 are in two different classes, in the 5th class as well as in the 6th class, right? So what I told you that 200, this is the type of exclusive frequency distribution. So 200 is not in that class but in this class. So we put this value not into 5th class but into the 6th class. Okay, let's continue it. 230, that is 230. Okay, 125 and 130. 125 and 130. Again, 128, 135. 128 and 135. 180. So 100 in the first class and 80 again in the first class. 120, 127, 120 and 127. This is the fifth tally marks, right? We cancel it, sorry, across it. Then 90, 95, 85, 90, 95, 85, 100, 115, 160, 100, then 115, then 160, this class, then 185 and 145, 185 and 145, right, 125 and 180, so 125 and 180, 140, 150, 140, 150, and 230 and 200, 230, 230 and 200, again finally 265 in the last observation and 210 in the second last observation. So we have input all the numbers and converted into tally marks. Now let's count it. This is a group of 5, then 3, then 5 plus 3, that is 8, 2, 2, 5 plus 1, 6, and finally 2. Total 5 plus 3, 8, 16, 18, 20, and 28. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 7 fours are, we have 28 observations that we have recorded here. Okay, let's come to the next example. Okay, so we have one more example. During a season of 30 days, the data regarding the number of roses grown daily on the different plants in a garden are given below. Prepare a frequency distribution. Again, still not mentioned which type of frequency distribution. From it, having one class 30 to 39. So students, we have already given one of the class. Once again, which is the lowest value, lowest observation? That is 18, and 94 is the highest observation. Again, let's find the range. So range is equal to XH minus XL. H again stands for highest observation. L again stands for the lowest observation. Now 676. But we do not need to find the class length because the class is already given. So this is one of the class. This is not the first or last class. This is one of the class. Okay. So our first class should be that includes the lowest value. Our first class should be includes the lowest observation. So I starts with 10 to 19. This should be my first class that includes the lowest value 18. Then 20 to 29 and so on. So friend, you can see the lowest observation includes into the first class and the highest observation 94 includes in the last class. One more thing that you have to notice is that the upper limit of the first class and the lower limit of the second class are not same. This is called inclusive frequency distribution. If both the limits are same, it is called exclusive. If not, if they are different, it is called inclusive frequency distribution. So here friend, we do not have any trouble to mention the numbers into the table. So once again, we do the same. Let's start with the number. The first is 34 and 26. So 34 and 26. And same as we will do the same tally marks as we did earlier. So I pause the video and record all the numbers to save our time. Okay friend, so I did what I told you earlier. So I record all the observation into the table. In the question we have given one of the class 30 to 39. We can see one of the class here 30 to 39 and all the other classes that we have made. So I hope you understand the difference between discrete, continuous, in which inclusive and exclusive data. Now friend, we are going to convert the inclusive data into exclusive data. Okay friends, let's convert the inclusive data into exclusive data. So we have given the inclusive data that we have already solved. Now this is called the lower limit and this is the upper limit. But when we convert inclusive data into exclusive data, we should start from the second class. Okay, so our second class is 20 to 29. Our second class is 20 to 29. Now we have a formula to find the lower boundary point and upper boundary point. So the formula is lower limit of a class plus upper limit of previous class. We start from the second class. So lower limit of a class, that is 20, and upper limit of the previous class, that is 19. So 20 plus 19 divided by 2, 39.2. So we have 19.5, that is our lower boundary point. So we presented it in our second class. Now let's come to the upper boundary point, that is upper limit of a class. Upper limit of a class, that is 29, because we started from the second class. So upper limit of a class is 29 and lower limit of succeeding class, that is 30. So 29 plus 30 divided by 2. So 29 plus 30 divided by 2, it is 59.2 and we have 29.5. So our class will be 29.5, 19 to 29.5. Now students, we do not put the formulas each time. Once you have find the class and you know the class length, we just add the values. So the class length is 10 to 20. So the class length is 10. We then add 10 to each of the class. So next class will be 29.5 to 39.5 and so on. As per this sequence, our first class will be 9.5 to 19.5. Friend, see the upper limit of the first class and the lower limit of the second class is not same. So it is the inclusive data. Now you can see both the digits are same. The upper limit of a class and the lower limit of the succeeding class, both the values are same. So it is called the exclusive frequency distribution. Okay friends, let's come to the last sum of this video, that is to find the classes. Friends, we have given the mid value. Okay, so in 9th standard you studied what is the mid value. Mid value is the average of lower limit and upper limit. Suppose the lower limit is 10 and upper limit is 20, so 10 plus 20 divided by 2, the 15 will be our mid value. But in 11th standard, we need to know how to convert the mid value into classes. In 9th standard, you studied classes to mid value. In 11th standard, we are going to learn how to find the classes of that mid values. So we have to formulas right now. Okay, so to find the lower boundary point, we have formula mid value minus 1/2 class length. Friends, just see, the first mid value is 22.5 and the second mid value is 27.5. Now the difference between these two numbers is 5. It is called the class length. Okay, so mid value is 22.5 minus 1/2, the class length is 5. So 22.5 minus 5 divided by 2, that is 2.5. 22.5 minus 2.5, that is 20. So our first lower limit is 20. Now let's come to the upper boundary point. The formula is the same, just the changes of sign. So the mid value is 22.5 plus 1/2 class length. Again, our final value is 25. So our first class is 20 to 25. If you find the average of 20 to 25, we'll get the mid value. We do not need to input the formula each and every time. We know the class length, so just add the class length into the first class. Okay, so 20 to 25, then and so on. Okay, so friend, today we learned the different topics of the chapter 2, presentation of data, and we have clarified all the classification of data. Hope you have enjoyed the lecture. Thank you.